really want you guys to understand where my head is on this space. Here's my thing with Star Atlas and anything crypto related right now. Show me the books. Show me the books. Before I take any more time to explore, right? And I'm going to do that today a little bit. But before I seriously make a commitment, right, and I get into this, show me the books. Do what Star Citizen did. Do what Cloud Imperium did. Be transparent. Open up the books. Let me see what you guys got on the books. How financially stable are you? Are you going to make it? Are you going to have a challenge? Put out content that is transparent, that tells me what the business model is. I know what it is, actually. They're just selling digital assets. It's a smart business model, really, right? Some people got stuck buying them at unbelievably high prices, and I feel so bad for those people. I really do. And that's why you have to be careful in this space. It's all speculative, right? But I see a real engine with real content. If you guys actually take the time to watch the content on Star Atlas, they're making assets, okay? And they look pretty cool. And I like Unreal Engine 5. It's amazing. What I've seen out of Unreal Engine 5 is just absurdly amazing, okay? But what I want to see are the books, because I feel like I'm in muddy waters here. I don't know exactly if they're going to make it or if they're not. And I'd like to know before I take any more time to invest into this, my own time, my time investment, if they're going to be able to withstand the bear market, if they're going to be able to stand a bad economy, right? Because if they can develop during these rough times and stay solvent, then that says something to me. That's actually very positive. So let's watch and let's see what they're up to. Star Atlas today, tomorrow, and forever. They're like shaking their fist at everybody saying that they're dead. Let's check it out.
Star Atlas is a science fiction MMO that is the very first game, I believe, is able to actually fulfill the dream of creating a metaverse. And I'm pretty sure that there's no other project out there that's trying to achieve what they're trying to achieve.
A lot of what this technology is new, and Star Atlas seems to be at the top of their game when it comes to bringing on quality team members to help build out this project.
This is the feel-good trailer of the century. I don't like it. I don't like the vibe. It's giving me some salad vibes. Hold on a second.
Warning, incoming salad vibes.
Listen, I appreciate the effort, but I don't like the execution. You know, so far it's got that like da 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 da. Everything's okay. We're not going to be broke and declare bankruptcy. You know what I mean? Like everything is fine. No fire to see.
The community of Star Atlas is probably one of its greatest strengths. You have a developer team, you have people building out this incredible game and universe, but really what makes us unique is the amazing people that have all decided to gather under one tent and participate in this journey together.
Just like with Cloud Imperium and those that work with Cloud Imperium, why do I always get excluded? Why? Like sad trombone insert here. I can't even be acknowledged in Star Atlas. I've been covering this forever, but no, we're not going to say, it's the same thing with Star Citizen. Nobody ever gives me the street cred, man. Nobody ever does it. That's who you're with. I just want you to know you're with the underdog. You're with the underdog forever. Welcome to DG360.
To me, Star Atlas offers a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I can see a fundamental shift in how we socialize, how we trade, how we work. You could start a career in the game or start a business, and the possibilities are pretty much limitless, all through basically a game.
I am here because I'm an imagination traveler. I just want a world when I can project my mind and create a character, like in a role-playing game, like a dream brought to reality and a dream that we can shape.
Literally the reason why I'm playing this game is because this is the future. This is the future of gaming.
And I'll tell you what, I don't know if it's going to catch on, but I hope so. Like it's a tightrope, right? Because everybody has such a bad view of the crypto space. They associate Web3 gaming with crypto immediately. And it's put a bad taste in a lot of gamers' mouth. It really has. They have to sell this correctly. They have to sell this correctly and show people the tangible benefits of owning things and being able to derive real life purchasing power from it. Because it's all it is. You can call purchasing power whatever you want. You can call purchasing power the dollar. You can call purchasing power the yen. You can call purchasing power the peso. You can call purchasing power Bitcoin. You can call purchasing power Atlas token. You can call purchasing power whatever it is that you can derive actual real life tangible benefits. It's purchasing power in different powers, right? All relevant to how the economy is, all relevant to how people are trading those particular types of purchasing power assets and currencies, man. Like at the end of the day, simplistically, it's all about taking the energy that you have, right? Capsulizing, just basically capsulizing it and saying, hey, what is this worth? Most of us think of gaming as a form of just like turning your brain off, relaxing and going at it, like solo mode and just like zoning out. And I understand that. There's a time and place for that. But I believe in games like these, you can also have that. There's no reason that you can't have that in these games as well. And if you just run across the digital asset in game that you can actually exchange for a token and sell it on an exchange for real life money, like what we're getting into, what the future that we are getting into is all these different forms of payment. You can see it. It's just exploding right now, right? Some are going to be worth more than others, depending upon how much belief is in that particular system, in that particular currency, in that particular asset, right? And the one who's going to win the one that's going to win big is a disruptor, is the one that's innovative enough, right? How many people are believing in it? The more people that believe in it, the more powerful it becomes, right? Think about what happened with the US dollar, right? It was on a gold standard. It was backed by a real tangible asset, right? Gold was taken away. And Nixon took us off the gold standard. I think it was in like early 70s, late 60s. I can't remember. I think it was 71. I'm not quite sure exactly when. But he took us off the gold standard. And then they put In God We Trust. In God We Trust. They took the fact that the money itself was backed by a real tangible asset because America couldn't pay its debt. And they had to flip the script and figure out how everybody else could be in debt and owe us money at the same time we were being in debt. It's essentially what's happening. So when people tell me like Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme, I really laugh, right? Bitcoin, here's something that there's only 21 million ever made of. Here's something that is decentralized. Here's something that cannot be hacked. It's immutable. It's on record. Transactions are all on record. No third party, no banks, no corrupt capitalism involved whatsoever. Everything's tangible. And there's a value to that. There's a value to that. More people are going to understand it, the more they go down the rabbit hole and they'll realize that there is value to that. Other than your government printing you pieces of paper, right? And continually printing you pieces of paper. There's no scarcity. And then selling you, and God, we trust it. Just trust in your government. We love you. We'll keep printing these. We'll make sure that, getting gas is, now $3 to $4 a gallon. We're going to make sure that your medicine that you used to get for like $9, it used to be like Tylenol medicine, now costs $21, right? That's what our government's good at, is inflation, which is why Jerome Powell is raising the Fed funds rate, right? Which is jacking up the cost of money. It's harder to acquire loans. Who wants to? When mortgages, you're paying 6 to 7% when over a year ago, shortly. You were paying zero. You're basically like it was nothing. When things start to inflate around you and you realize that what you believe in maybe doesn't give you the same purchasing power that it used to. People's minds start to think now when they start seeing everything around them become worth more money. We were literally in an age in 2021 where money was so easy and cheap and free with stimulus checks. And there was so much money abundantly floating around. The people were lined up outside of Louis Vuitton stores. People were lined up outside of luxury goods stores. You don't see that now. The Louis Vuitton's completely gone in the mall I'm around here, right? People are going to be more frugal. Things are getting more expensive and you're losing your purchasing power, right? So then people say, well, what's going on here? I have to look for another way to store what it is that I used to be able to buy a sandwich with, which was like $4, and now it's $7. Do I have anything? Okay, there's gold, there's physical gold, but Jesus, it's hard to move around. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox.
Invite you to join us on this adventure, to come aboard our ship.
I'm not against gold at all. In fact, I think gold's great too. I think gold's wonderful too. gold, but listen, as far as an easy payment system, right? Transferability, movability, transportation, Bitcoin kind of takes care of that. Time and space are your two variables. Time and space. What can hold on your purchasing power, the value of your purchasing power for the longest, and how easy is it to move around, right? Gold, obviously not that easy to move around, right? You can break it down into gold coins, but boy, that's kind of what do you do? How do you break change, right? That's one of the reasons currency evolved, or fiat. That's where fiat came from, because they couldn't break the gold and the silver down, so they used dollars that represented the value of the gold that the banks held. But then the banks stopped holding it. Oh, the banks hold it still. Trust me, the banks still hold it, but they won't back it with gold anymore, right? So gold's great, silver's great, right? But you can't break change with it, and it's not the easiest to move around like a couple 10, 20 pounds of gold to make purchases with, right? Okay, all right. I like clam
and
shells.
To head with us to the unknown. We don't know what we will discover. What is important, it is the journey. And I'm confident that the destination will be fantastic.
Well, okay, so they're not going anywhere. They want us to know that they're not going anywhere. I want to see actual development here. I've never liked the design or the look of this hover car thing that they've got, so I'm skipping that. This one looked kind of cool. Let's see what we got here. That was a filler video, completely Natronics. Gave me all types of salad vibes. This is a bit better.
When I'm in that spaceship, I'm anxious. Who gon' have my back when I'm facing off with aliens? Let's put our differences to the side, but it's a game.
No, I'm getting salad vibes off of this too. So far, I've got 2 salad vibes. Pepe, give me a salad vibe on this. Yeah, like I'm trying to help.
Warning, incoming salad vibes.
Like, I don't want music videos that remind me of people who play Fortnite. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want music videos that remind me of kiddos. You know what I mean? Like, I want a sci-fi game for adults. You know what I'm saying? I want digital assets I can own. Make sure in the future, Star Atlas, Michael Wagner, and those are developing this. I know the gentleman who's actually creating the content is on our Discord right now. Dude. We need sci-fi vibes. We need sci-fi vibes, sci-fi relevant electronic music, right? It doesn't even need to have vocals to it. I don't want some crazy like 2022 beat, made by kiddos. I want like adult science fiction music. You understand what I'm saying? This is not cutting it. It's salad vibes.
We are not the same, but it's the same brand we chasing.
Okay, so I'm getting out of that video. I'm trying to help these guys out. I'm literally, this is what I've been doing for a while. Flight instructions. Okay, a lot of people saying there's no gameplay in Star Atlas. A lot of people earlier were saying there's no content in Star Atlas. Now, I did see content. I did see people developing things. I do see ships and interiors being flushed out and built now. If you're following them on Twitter, I'm starting to see them put interiors inside of ships. I'm starting to see the interface, the UI in the hangar. The hangar module is great, but it was only the hangar module. Remember, that's all we had in Star Citizen for a very long time as well, right? So, I mean, I'm giving them a little bit of leeway because I understand the process. But I do love the interface that's there in the game that hooks up directly to your wallet, and you're able to buy with Atlas token or Solana token, and you're able to go in and you're able to buy a ship in game with your currency from your digital wallet. And that is a really slick interface. That to me, very cool. Let's see the showroom here in the flight instruction. Yeah, listen, ostentatious. I'm like, I know you guys get upset when I talk like this. I really want you guys to understand that I'm rooted in like evolution of gaming, and I'm looking at the Web3 space very skeptically, right? I want this to succeed because I think it's going to be fun to actually make money playing video games. Will I make it my only sole way of playing games by just focusing on the money? No. I'm not going to make it a job. But I think it's cool.
Greetings, cadets. This is Brad.
Now, I want to see the flight. I want to see actual gameplay here. Let's check it out.
AKA Magic Puncher with the Star Atlas team, and I'm going to teach you everything you need to know to get in the air in Star Atlas Preseason Release 2.
They better have changed.
Let's start with basic
sound.
maneuvering. W and S are your forward and reverse thrust. A and D will be your lateral thrust. Spacebar and control for vertical thrust.
Okay.
And Q and E to roll.
Dude, that looks so much like Yale, Nate.
This little white arrow
it's like,
indicates your
it looks like a carbon copy of it, dude.
You might not always want to go full bore, so you can use your mouse wheel to throttle.
Dude, what's up with this? What is up with this? This is Yale. This is Yale in... Hold on, I gotta do some shame on that. This is literally Yale I'm looking at right now.
Shame.
What in Unreal Engine 5 though? I have to say it's looking pretty spicy though. I am saying it is looking pretty spicy in Unreal Engine 5. I am floored by Unreal Engine 5. Everything I've seen with Unreal Engine 5, wow, ridiculously awesome.
Throttle your engine output and limit your max speed.
They have people at
If you
Cloud
need to go
Imperium
really
working for
fast,
them now.
you can hit shift to boost.
They got
But keep an eye on your heat meter. If you max it out, your engine will temporarily overheat, causing your boost to cut out, and your throttle will start to drop. And if you ever need to stop on a dime, hit X to use your air brake. For longer flights, you can put your ship into cruise control. To do this, while holding W, hit left.
Yeah, where's the helmet at though? Like, we got to get more realism in our game. I understand where they're at. They're in the beginning stages, but there's a lot to be added here. Notice, like, this is the thing with game development, right? You could look at this and you could say, okay, this guy's not wearing a helmet. What's going on? Blah blah blah. But this is actually the stages of game development. This is what happened. It's not there yet. It's just not there yet. You know.
Alt. Then you can let go of W, and your ship will continue.
Like, I think so. I think so as well, Heartsy. Like, what I'm seeing looks very simplistic, right? I don't know if that's just basically how the it's looking rendered through Unreal Engine 5 or the movement and the physics of it. But yeah, Heartsy, I agree with you. Like, I would say, like, right now, it's way too simplistic for me. It has that Fortnite vibe for, like, movement and stuff right now. I want to keep watching, though, because I remember watching a demo where they took this bike and it just slid so nice. It was like a hover bike, and it looked like it actually had traction and pulled on the track. So that was kind of cool, though.
Continue at that current speed. To cancel it, just hit reverse thrust or S. Let's talk about the camera. Third person is default, but if you're like me and you prefer first person, just hit C. And if you want a more cinematic view, you can hit C again to go to the second-person view.
Okay, they got some basic camera
While in
modes.
first person, you can hold Z
Infinite's
to
like,
look
I
around.
can't even watch this. It's
Doing
okay,
the same
we'll get
in
to
third
Star
person
Citizen soon.
will let you orbit the camera around your ship. And if you're ever awestruck by a beautiful vista or want to shoot some video and you don't want the HUD cluttering up the view, you can press P to toggle it on or off.
Yeah, the flight system's very basic. It's all very beginning stages. You know, like, I'm not going to go super critical on that because they're just starting this, you know. Like, they didn't even have this a couple months back. They didn't even have the ability to fly around. So they're going to need time to play with the flight experience. Everybody knows here in Star Citizen World that flight experiences, they're always tweaking. It's always something I've bitched about. They're getting better. I like where it's at. The ships still feel paper thin. The physics in Star Citizen is still all over the place, you know. So I'm very curious to feel the actual flight. But like Heartsy says, I'm agreeing. It looks way too simplistic right now.
Off. An alternate way to control your ship is with VJoy.
It does look like a
To
Nox.
toggle VJoy on or off, press V. With VJoy enabled, the ship will continuously turn to follow your mouse cursor, which is indicated by this arrow.
It's got that eye
The
candy.
further the arrow from the center of the screen, the faster the ship will turn. Give it a try to see which method you like better. If you're on a hover bike, like this Pierce X4, you will start off in hover mode, as indicated here at the top of the HUD. Hover mode is a fun way to traverse along the ground. The ship controls in hover mode are similar to those you've been shown in flight mode. In future updates, we will have ground races players can compete in. When you're ready to take to the sky, press H to toggle flight mode. If you're in a ship that has landing gear, like this Calico Medtech, it can be toggled by pressing the N key.
That's pretty slick.
You can also open the ramp by pressing J.
Chris. I mean, that
Let's
looks
talk
pretty
about
slick.
combat.
That ship looked like an osprey.
The first thing you'll need to do is target an enemy. When you face an enemy, a white box will appear
They
around
need to
them.
work on audio
Press
for weapons.
T to lock on to that enemy.
Yeah.
When you do, you'll see some info displayed.
I don't know if you guys can hear it, but they definitely need to work on audio for the weaponry. Like everything I've heard, whether they chain guns, whether they're lasers, the whole audio department needs to upgrade it, man. The upgrade on the weaponry, you guys are down here on a 2. You guys need to be at least an 8 for me to notice, you know?
On the right side of the HUD. Ship type, their distance from you, and their shield and hull. Once you're in range, left click to fire your primary weapons. Keep an eye on your weapon heat.
Explosions.
If they overheat all the way, they will
arcadey.
momentarily shut down.
Also gives me that pew pew pew. Like, you can see the audio is so lackluster that it's making the whole experience feel way too arcadey. Even if the flight experience was good, there's a lot of other factors that factor into really good flight experience, and audio is really important for a really good flight experience, man, because you feel immersed in it. You feel it hitting you from different angles. And one thing good I do have to say about Frontier Development and Elite Dangerous is their audio design was on point. On point. This is not.
Until they can
this
cool
is
off.
not.
There are 2 different aiming modes.
Absolutely
Gimbaled
bad style.
and fixed.
Absolutely, dude.
In gimbaled mode, as long as the target is within this
It's
circle,
always overlooked, Nate.
the weapons will attempt to
I
auto
find that a
aim at
lot.
the target. This is especially useful if you are on a gamepad or HOTAS, or if your target is small and agile, like this Fimble Lobby.
No. I don't like this.
If you are a more advanced pilot, you can hit B to toggle fixed weapon.
Okay, better music that they put with this particular video, but like I'm starting to fall out of it. I'm just starting to fall out of it because the audio itself for the weaponry is subpar. Guys, seriously, even at this stage, work on the audio. It is not that hard. It is not that hard to put a better audio in for the weaponry. Am I correct or am I correct? I'm just saying. So anyway, it just popped me right out. It just popped me right out of the video. Like it literally popped me right out of the video, and I just X'd on Star Atlas and everything. Because like there's a lot of things in game development that all merge in some amazing type of stew that make it a wonderful experience, tasting it up, loving it. Right? One of the most important ingredients is audio. You got to have good audio right from the get-go. Like your audio should not be subpar at any point. At any point. There's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for it. Evolve that shit. Evolve it.